Hey, what's up? Sorry, this is probably gonna be super boring. I'm trying to. Daniel's not even here. We're gonna be doing something in a little bit, but oh crap. But I'm still trying to work out how this stuff works. So I'm and I'm high. Man, what if Alt Hist dropped another video? Oh, hey, Daniel.
Hello, Sam. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing good. I was meeting my landscaping guy, get some stuff taken care of. Did you get some sleep?
Oh, what's up, Metanegan? No, I didn't get any sleep. I got some sleep last night, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be setting up a whole new setup over the next little time here. I got my monitors pulled out. They're on the monitor that the webcam is on like it's on a mount.
Okay.
So I can move it around. I'm responding to the YouTube comment, which you should also be monitoring. It's in there. So I can move it around. I got my laundry in the back. Probably close those doors, that closet. I'm getting a new mic and a new mount as well, one that's a little more out of the way. Oh, yeah, I'm live on Twitter. Oh, there's actually people watching on Twitter. I always forget about the Twitter thing because it doesn't come up on StreamYard. But yeah, there's people watching on Twitter. Sweet. Hello, Twitter. Sorry, we'll be doing stuff in a second, but this is, again, still trying to figure this out. Come hang out. Come on to the YouTube if you want to comment. I think we're going to try to do a Twitter space. Higgy?
Yo.
You talked to them about Discord. Did you tell them that we're streaming for it? Because I didn't see that in the text.
No, this was before we had talked about the streaming.
Because I'd like to do stuff streamed to other people of conversations, but I would also like to do stuff private. But as long as it's okay with them, I'd like to do this one streaming.
Why don't we do the first one not streaming so that we can get everybody? What do you think about that?
I do not want to shut this stream down again.
Okay.
And I'd like to show the process. But we don't have to. It's not like it's streaming to many people. It's just
exactly.
It's not a. I don't think it's a big deal, but some people care. And the thing about Twitter Spaces is if you have the Twitter Space, people can just be set to listeners. So we can meet the same that we could on Discord and have people listening. But again, that should be kind of a separate thing. But I want to get that started. I want to figure out how to do that because I think that's a good place to meet new people. I mean, I join random Twitter Spaces all the time. I've made a lot of great connections in Twitter Spaces. People that I've ended up working with. It's the biggest deal 2020. You talking about Twitter Spaces? It is a big deal right now. Twitter Spaces are a big deal in a lot of different niches. A lot of great stuff.
2020, I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused about that as well.
I don't get the 2020 reference.
Neither do I. But I'm working on something called OBS, which is something that I just got. What the hell did I just say? Oh, OBS, the new software. That's going to allow me more control over the stream, I think, than StreamYard, which is great. And it's a native program on the computer, which has pros and cons, but I already paid for StreamYard for the year, so we'll still have it as a backup. I wonder if I can stream from StreamYard into OBS. Can I? If you're here watching, hello, you want to shout out in the comments, tell us who you are. Sometimes it's people that I know and then they don't talk for a while and then they say they're there and it throws me off. That's multiple people. That's not just you. Let's Google it.
I think I'm loud in the comments.
Okay. This is what I'm doing. I got the OBS software on the right. I'm Googling stuff. No, I don't want to stream from OBS to StreamYard. I want to stream from StreamYard to OBS. Let's see. A good stream control is a great indicator of stream spelling. I do not know what you're talking about. I rarely do. IRRI. I can do it now. Huh. Let's see. Add a source. What? What's a virtual camera? Okay. Wait, no. It should be YouTube. Thought I already connected my account.
Do you know that? Do you know that you can't read any of the words on the screen? They're pretty blurry.
Yes.
Pretty low resolution.
Yes,
okay.
I did. Ironically, I'm looking at a new service to see if it cleans that up.
I see. So what kind of service is OBS?
It's a streaming service to replace StreamYard.
Okay. So it's a replacement for StreamYard. Why would people stream from StreamYard to OBS or from OBS to StreamYard?
It doesn't matter. I'm past it. That was a distraction anyway. Just to have that into the other thing so that I didn't have to bring you over into here. Oh, well, I guess I could do. Oh my God, I could stream StreamYard. Well, that's freaking stupid. Hold up. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm streaming StreamYard, right? That's StreamYard. And I can make that just a window of the stream. And now, oh my gosh. Exceptional. I can't read a goddamn thing on there, though. If you're watching this on Twitter, you want to join on YouTube. That's probably better, so you can actually talk. I'm very lonely, so all I want to do is work. And also extraordinarily unlikable. But I'm streaming StreamYard. Someone's actually watching on Twitter. Why do I keep getting texted? I should have that off. Okay, so this is StreamYard, and then I can change the settings in StreamYard to make it just us. Okay, so now it's us, and it's the whole stream. I wonder if that gives the audio as well. Hey, Higgy.
Yeah.
Can you talk into this just when I'm not talking?
Yeah. I'm talking right now. Yeah. And I can hear it coming through my YouTube as well.
Yeah. Sick.
And I hear it coming through the Twitter space.
Got it. Oh, the Twitter? What do you mean the Twitter space?
I'm the guy in the Twitter space.
I didn't make a Twitter space.
Oh, is this just YouTube on Twitter?
Oh, that's just my Twitter.
I've never used Twitter Spaces. I'm very stupid about Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's
X.
just my Twitter. That is literally just my Twitter. Gosh, who's ever in the comments here, you must think we're idiots. Still you, Frenchie?
We are.
That's okay. You got to figure it out. If you're paying attention, can you like the thing? Like the YouTubes. Damn, OBS is sick. It's very complicated, but it's okay. It needs to be. Now, can you stream multiple streams on YouTube? Can you do that? And how the heck am I supposed to add in the audio? Now, hold on just a minute. Yo. Now it's coming in. Now we got it. All right. So we've got the stream inside of the stream. And now what? And now And now I want to put the list of the things that we want to keep track of onto the stream. I wonder if I can add a timer in here. Let's add some text. What does GDI plus mean? Let's see here. Oh, read from file. Let's see if I can just get it on Google Docs and then add it as a share. All right, now we're cooking. What am I doing? Stop screen. Exit full screen. And now I'm going to share my screen. I know what I'm doing. This is fantastic. I think I put my contacts in the wrong eyes. There we go. Look at that. Who would have thought? Look at us. Okay.
Oh, that's much better, dude.
Okay. I don't think that I'm not concentrating on the thing that you think I am. That's what
I was talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
text.
I got it. But that is just so we're clear. That wasn't what I was doing. And I don't want you to think I was. The resolution is fucked up, but we're switching to a different service. So it literally doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it because we're going to use the other thing. And then if the resolution still doesn't suck in that thing, then we'll have to figure it out, but it'll be a different solution. So no worrying about the resolution. Or do. I'm not your dad. Stream Deck. Gonna have to learn how to use a Stream Deck. That's another thing I need. What was the other thing I needed? Oh, lighting. Stream lighting. Who's in the YouTube comments? Come on. Why are you just being there invisible? This always happens to me. Oh, I just went on Twitter on the shared thing. That's fine. This is what my Twitter looks like. Hell yeah, brother. Appreciate God's creations. I love that. Okay. Get off Twitter. Shouldn't have been on there. Okay. So the title of this document, this is in the shared folder, is going to be trackers or stream stats. Those are the keywords I wanted to hit. We're going to change this to normal text. I don't know why it doesn't say at 14, but there we go. Let's see here. Stream Deck is not what I want to be thinking of. Oh, something is on a piece of paper around here. The thing I need is on a piece of paper. 1 second. Burn the boats. Oh, Kyle and View. These are things I have written down. Now, if I were a piece of paper, where would I be? There's just pieces of paper everywhere, man. I don't. I'll be right back. I've got my seat outside. Oh man, I didn't even do what I went downstairs to do because I got my new mic and I forgot about it. God. I didn't find it.
What's on this piece of paper? What's on the piece of paper you're looking for?
Don't worry, I don't need it. I'm just gonna remember and maybe forget, and it might take me a little bit longer, but can I insert a timer into Google? Eh. What is happening? What were the things that we wanted to keep track of while the stream was happening?
The different things we were using, the platforms that you were using, software.
No. The like stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wanted to keep track of how many hours. You want to keep track of how many listeners. Those are the two things I remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
I don't think I wrote it down,
listeners.
but I can
Okay.
check.
I definitely wrote it down and then lost the piece of paper like an idiot.
I didn't write it down.
I'm trying streaming. Countdown drive to what there was this like I'm gonna go to YouTube. There was this tool I had seen. I want to find it again. Oh, aren't they supposed to be meeting us right now?
Yeah, I'm pulling up my Discord right now.
Okay.
To let them know.
And we don't they don't even we can just join the Discord and then we can talk to them while we stream. They don't have to be streamed, but we will keep streaming and they don't have to, which is fine. We'll make this like a test run essentially. I don't know who any of these YouTubers are. I don't have the patience if someone's going to be awful, and I think they're going to. I used to have a. Maybe it's bookmarked on my other Google. Maybe I got rid of it. Bet. Bet.
New cornhole bags. Let's go.
You switch your audio to something terrible or something?
No, does it not sound good?
Now it sounds fine.
Oh, weird. No, I actually redid my entire setup today.
Wonderful. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Who are you talking to? Me?
I'm looking in the Discord. You're now telling them let's use the comments here and communicate that way. Why?
Well, you said we're gonna stream and we'll monitor the comments there. Was that not what you just said?
No.
What did you say?
I said that we can stream, but they don't have to be part of the stream. Like we can just continue the stream. It's not like anyone's watching. Have our meeting and just have that stream. Have that meeting.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. No, we don't have to. Just don't change anything and then join Discord. Don't get out of anything, but join Discord and then mute me. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna mute this mic.
What? No. What are you talking about? Mute me.
You're not explaining this very well. Try again.
I don't need to explain anything. Do not change anything at all. Besides, me and you, our voices will continue to be streamed. And I don't believe me and you, our voices will be continued to be streamed. That's it though. Okay. So like all you have to know, remove nothing. Don't mute your mic here. Join the Discord group chat. And then in Discord, mute me. Those are the only two actions you have to take. Don't do anything else. Yo. Daniel.
Yes.
Okay. And then mute me in Discord.
You're muted in Discord.
Okay, perfect. That's it. Now we're good. And then they come in and like obviously we'll have our meeting unless there's something you don't want to say, in which case at that point mute your mic on the stream, but I can't imagine there's going to be anything. I really think that episode I released yesterday, 44, is absolute crap. And I hate that it's my most popular episode ever, at least based on the first 2 days. I hate that, dude. I mean, I don't hate it. I guess I hate it because it's like, it's like that was, you know, whatever. That's fine. I think it's just because of the buzzwords.
That makes sense.
Okay. Rodecaster Pro 2. You know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
And I'm going to have to do this later, but I want to like stream myself while setting this up and like title the video something like idiot.
I like that.
Idiot figures out how to use equipment he has no business purchasing. I'll do that on a live stream later, so I won't open it up yet. And maybe I'll do like a joke, like a over the top, like, you know, reaction face, like ironic and like leaning into it, and like of being like of like holding them up like, oh, right, like with the fucking the meme, the soy jack meme, like, ooh. There's definitely more people doing that are making fun of that meme now than people who are actually like doing it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Some of those things exist in culture for so long, and then it boils over eventually, where people are like, I can't take this anymore. I got to make fun of these fucking nerds. You know what I mean? It's not like that was true for a long time, that those dumb reaction faces worked, but Mr. Beast says they don't work anymore. And I'm not surprised. But what I did learn is that the good thing about using your own face, especially for like live streams like this, and that's something I'm going to start doing, is that number one, it's like, I knew this one, but that it, like, you know, if you have your face in the thing, it's kind of like that's the style of video that it is. So people don't have expectations of it being something else. And the people that do like it, click on it. The people that don't, like, won't be sent it, which is what you want. And then the other thing, but this is something I did not think about that someone said the other day, is that your face, like the reaction face, like the oh, like mouth open thing, that's like, don't do that. But what he said was that faces are really, it just shows your emotion really well. People recognize it very quickly because of human nature. Yes. So it can show the emotion that the video is portraying. Like, is the video exciting? Is it a sad thing? And I implemented that with my my most recent episode with the thumbnail on YouTube. All I did was, in no text, in partly no text is like a strategy, but it was like, also it makes it super simple to make them. It was just me. Like I took a screen grab from the video of me, like looking like disheartened. And then I used that. And I could have done a better job at it, but I think it worked. And in the background was just Gaza like burning. And that showed the emotion.
I'm not laughing at Gaza burning.
Yeah, good. I looked at the video, like the screenshot. If you don't know me, it definitely looks like some pandering ass, like white guilt bullshit. But like, I saw it and I was like, whatever, it'll do. In the arms of an angel. I'm so sorry for all this violence that's happening all over this world. I'm just going to talk about it because it's all about me. Look at me and how sad I am. Shout out Anthony Jeselnik.
There's one of my neighbors like taking pictures out in her yard the other day, like wrapped up in the Israel flag. And then later I see them on Facebook talking about like, I stand with Israel. Wrapped in an Israeli flag. I was like, this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude, that's like, you're not going to catch me wrapped up in another country. So, number one, you're not going to catch me wrapped up in the American flag. Flag.
I told Kine, I was like, you thought like the way people reacted with Ukraine was bad. Just wait.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be exponentially worse.
It's crazy, dude.
And by worse, I mean like a much larger reaction.
And look, on the other side is that there were not a lot of Americans like on Russia's side. Like people that were neutral, they considered to be on Russia's side, like the other side did. But really, in actuality, they were very neutral. Whereas that's not true of this side. People are not neutral; they're on Hamas's side, or maybe not on Hamas's side, but on Palestine's side. Some people are on Hamas's side, And I think that makes sense. I'm certainly not, because like while I generally do agree with the theoretical logical argument of Palestine, that doesn't mean that I support that.
Well, I
Any
think
sort
their
of violence at
grievances
all.
are legitimate, but that doesn't mean that I think you should be killing and raping people.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so it's like a very, but like I don't feel that way about Russia. I mean, I get it with Russia, but I don't think it's right. Um
Yes.
Certainly not as right as the Palestinian. I think that this one is a much more equal situation. And obviously, like, my opinion is that it's in Israel's favor, to the point where Israel is the aggressor, basically, because they're the significantly stronger of the two peoples. So in almost every way. So it's very obvious to me that it is their responsibility, but that doesn't, you know, it doesn't justify killing
Yeah.
people and everything.
No, not even close.
Um,
But back to the flag thing, just
Yeah.
because I didn't say this, I like you can't wrap in. Yeah, you talked about this a little bit. You can't wrap yourself in any country's flag. Like it's kind of ludicrous. And
It's not really what a flag is for.
no, and the same people that you see wrapping themselves in Israeli flags now on Facebook, or that I see doing it, are the same ones who complain about virtue signaling when it
Oh,
happens
yeah.
on the other side. And
This
it's
is
like, well, what do you
conservative
think
virtue
that
signaling.
that's exactly what it is. Conservative virtue signaling, right? Like the evangelical Christian movement is just going to hop on this really, really quickly. At least they have so far.
Welcome to another live streaming tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and add a countdown timer in Streamlabs OBS so you can start to incorporate this into your stream. And make sure you stick around to the end where I'll show you some pretty cool things. Make sure that you have the scene where you're going to want the count. You're going to want to add source, and then we'll go ahead and label this timer. And you'll add source.
Very interesting.
What you do is you're going to hit done. That's going to be the step. The next step is that you want to go into the description of this video, and there's going to be a link for you to be able to download the My Stream Timer app. It's going to bring you to a window like this. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download and install the app. And then once you have the app installed, we want to go ahead and open it up. And it's gonna look like this, right? You're gonna be brought to a window just like this. And then what you want to do is you want to select the time that you're gonna want the timer to count down from. I'll leave it at 5 minutes. The output, you want to leave it at custom. The custom output, you want to leave it at hour, minutes, and seconds. I'm going to show you here a little hack of how you can just showcase minutes and seconds without having to.
This is exceptional.
Plan. And then as far as the finished output, you want to select the text that you want to appear once the timer goes down. For this, I put "We are live," and then you'll see the file name, which is countdowntimer.txt. You can set this to be auto start, to beep at 0. I'm going to turn this off. And then you simply want to go ahead and hit start, right? So what we want to do now is you're going to hit start. Now you can go ahead and minimize this. And what we want to do is we want to come back to Streamlabs and select the timer. We'll double click on it and we'll select read from file. You'll select browse and you'll go to the location where it told you. You want to select countdown timer.
It's complicated.
And and you're going to see here that the countdown.
It's not really that
is
complicated,
now
but I
visible.
once again,
Now what we
an
want to
idiot.
do is we want to customize it a bit, and you see how it's slightly.
Well, I think it's pretty complicated.
That we want to maximize.
I think it has to be for the amount of
potential at 288.
for ultimately the amount of.
I personally like to use impact because I like the way it looks bold. And then what we can do is that we can scroll down and start to add certain colors and styles to it. Right?
Well, it has to get more complicated if you're going to add complexity.
Color. I'm going to make
Yep.
this red.
Thanks.
And then I'll hit done. But I don't like it like that. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and add a gradient. But again, you can go ahead and add any style that you like. I like to go ahead and add an outline. And then what we want to do is we want to hit done.
No, you know what? I don't need to do it this way.
Place this where you want the timer to live. But Curry, I don't want the hours to show. Well,
Oh, they literally have a short for this one.
Just want to share this quick tutorial on how to put the stopwatch in Google Docs.
Oh, that's very annoying text.
When you
Holy
open
shit.
Google Docs,
What is the point?
And start typing stopwatch.
That's
And
completely
you'll see it shows up
obnoxious.
right at the
It
top.
destroys the
So
point
Just click stopwatch. That
of
installs the
freaking.
smart
Oh my
chip
god, I'm not
right
even
there
paying
in
attention to what's
document
happening.
and to start it,
I'm just so mad about the text.
and it'll automatically start a timer.
What? Where did he get that from? Oh my god.
From hell.
Just want to share this quick tutorial on how to put the stopwatch in Google Docs.
I hate
So
this
here
guy
you go.
because his
When you
face is
open
associated
Google
with
Docs,
this.
You just click at and start typing stopwatch.
Oh my God, that's literally all you have
he
to
has
do.
a drinking problem.
Did you see what that is? At and then stopwatch. That's all you got to do. You literally tell me that's going to work right now.
I hope it
No
works. That'd be incredible.
No way, dude. That is insane functionality. Wait, it didn't work. There it is. No, it's
No
just
way.
an emoji.
That sucks.
Oh my God. Was there another step I missed because of his terrible freaking... What is a smart chip, dude? Is this made up? Is this guy freaking punking me?
Yes.
Insert smart chips in building blocks. What? Add your smart chips. What the hell is going on? They're typing this like this shit is normal. What is happening? They're acting like smart chips, building blocks. What the? Dude, what is going on? I hate the future.
Future's bleak.
Insert. Smart chips. File? No. Insert smart chips. Date? What in the hell is going on? Did they just not give me this feature? What the hell did I click on?
What the hell did you click on?
That's I don't even recognize what kind of thing that is. It's only available in Workspace. Motherfucker, which I could have access to, or I should have access to it. I'll make this so easy. Wait, don't I already have this? Don't I already have this? Well, it's not so easy, is it? Man, somebody sent me a link to one that was really good one time, and now I don't know where it is. Oh, maybe it's in here. Called Workflowy. Kind. Like she slammed that.
Yeah, a little.
She mad?
No, she's cleaning. Kind's very angry when she cleans.
Asians.
Fucking Asians.
The video I wanted us to watch together.
You have it?
Yeah, I just remembered I put it in a folder. So
Okay.
let's pull that up.
Yeah, none of the prosperous parent crowd showing up here.
Well, oh well.
That's okay.
Videography basics. Oh, I should probably present.
Episode 1, we covered 80%. In this video, I'm going to teach you
Can you hear it?
80% of
Yeah.
photography in just 10 minutes. This is episode 2 of my Beginner Guide series, which is the new series teaching creative skills for the new content creator. In episode 1, we covered 80% of the basics of photography. So with all of those skills in mind about things like shutter speed and aperture and ISO, we can build upon these skills to understand how to apply them in a video setting. Now, this entire series doesnn't have one. It is supported by the thousands of you wonderful people who get value out of all my courses, prints, presets, and ebooks over at patgate.com. So thank you so much for all of the continued support. And it is because of you that I can continue to do free videos just like this one. All right, let's start at the top. Video is just like photography, except it's many, many frames taken within a second, played back at a certain speed to make it look like things are moving. In the cinema, the industry standard is 24 frames a second, or 24 FPS. Technically, it's actually 23.976 FPS, and that's the setting that I recommend that you use in your editing software, but let's just call it 24 FPS for short. This means that every single second, there are 24 images that are being shown to your eyes, and our eyes interpret all of those rapidly moving images as smooth video. There are many different kinds of FPS that we can use, but the most important thing to understand here is that there is a playback frame rate, like the 24 FPS that they use in the cinema, and then there is the frame rate that we capture the footage at. Our cameras nowadays can capture video at frame rates like 24 FPS, of course, but also at 60 FPS or 120 FPS, lots and lots of frames in a single second. We can then play back these 60 or 120 frames per second at the normal 24 FPS playback speed, and we will have what's called slow motion. In the case of 60 FPS, because the capture was done at 60 frames per second, but our playback is at 24 frames per second, when we spread it out on the timeline, it would take 2.5 seconds to play back 1 second of that 60 FPS footage. That means on a 24p timeline, 60 FPS is 2.5 times slow. In the case of 120 FPS on a 24p timeline, that's 5 times slow motion because 120 divided by 24 is 5. But what if instead we decided to have our timeline play back at 60 FPS? Well, if we recorded our footage at 60 FPS as well, then we would have a very neat 1-to-1 ratio, and 1 second of our 60 FPS footage on a 60p timeline would play back in 1 second. Typically, I would encourage sticking to 24p timelines when you're first starting to edit video, as this is the cinematic standard and it's the best place to start learning for now. Now, shutter speed works very similarly in concept to photography in that the longer your shutter is open for, the more light is able to hit the sensor. However, in video, shutter speed is actually mostly responsible for motion blur, and it has a relationship to your frame rate. Unlike in photography, in video, there is a cinematic standard here as well, and it is called the 180-degree shutter rule. This rule makes the motion blur in your image look the most realistic to the human eye. To perform the 180-degree shutter rule, it's pretty simple. Just adjust your shutter speed to be double of your capture frame rate. So if you're capturing at 24 FPS, then you would want to use a shutter speed at 1/48 of a second. But most normal cameras don't do this specific shutter speed, so 1/50 is close enough. Now, the 180-degree shutter rule looks natural, but what does that actually look like? Well, if you were to slow down the shutter to, say, 1/25 of a second, your motion blur would increase and it wouldn't look as natural. Same thing as going too fast as well. If you shot 24 FPS using a 1/200th of a second shutter speed, the shutter is refreshing so many more times per second, which means less motion blur and a less natural looking image. Sometimes that actually might be what you're looking for, when the camera is moving quickly or when there's a fast-paced action scene. But that's a little bit more advanced than what we're trying to learn right now. Just remember, try to get as close to double your frame rate as you can. Now, because we are so limited in our shutter speeds when it comes to video, sometimes when we're out about and shooting with such low shutter speeds compared to what we do in photography, plus we want to keep our bokeh nice and creamy without wide apertures, we might find that we are severely overexposed because of our locked-in shutter speed or aperture settings, and this is where ND filters come in. ND filters are dark pieces of glass you put over the front of your lens, darkening your exposure. They're like sunglasses for your camera, and you may have used them before for photography for things like long exposures. It's the same kind of idea. If we have parameters that are locked in from a creative standpoint, like our shutter speed or our aperture, and we're already as low as we can go with our ISO, and there's lots of ambient light around, then we need some other way to reduce our exposure. But since we've run out of ways to do it in camera, we then need to use an external piece of gear. Using ND filters keeps our exposures nice and even so that we can still have creative freedom over our motion blur and our depth of field. Now, a huge part of the video experience that is different to photography is that video has audio. And remember this well. People will put up with shaky video, but they won't forgive you for crappy audio. You may be capturing footage of someone talking and the footage might be shaky and overexposed and look like crap, but if the audio is crisp and clear, then it might still be savable. The inverse of that may not be as true. Now, with audio, there are many different types of ways to capture it. A very common one is a shotgun mic, which is a mic that captures whatever is in front of it in a very narrow directional pattern. And you see these very commonly on the tops of cameras for people who vlog and such, but also in movies where, those people hold those gigantically long poles over the talent. Those things are shotgun mics as well. There are other types of mics like lavalier mics, which are great for on-body or very close range voices while remaining hidden as well, or dynamic mics that are great for rejecting ambient noise around, or condenser mics, which are great for recording voices, and so on. Different kinds of mics have different uses and pickup patterns, and audio in general is just a whole other world and really deserves its own video, so definitely don't ignore it. It's very important. To get started, a simple shotgun mic like the Rode Video Micro will be more than enough and set you back less than $50. Another unique thing about video is that not only are the shots required to be set up from a compositional perspective, just like in photography, but also the movement of the camera is important too. In videography, you have camera movements, patterns, which the camera moves over time. Some basic ones are the pan, which is when you move the camera horizontally left and right while keeping the vertical axis still. This is perhaps the most common one and is great for following your subject or revealing information. Tilt is the same as pan, but up and down on the vertical axis instead of the horizontal. And then there's push in, which moves the camera closer to the subject and emphasizes what's going on in the scene. There's pull out, which is the inverse of that, which is great for revealing a scene. There's tracking shots, there's trucking shots, there's zooms, dollies, follow shots, and so many other different kinds of movement in a video that you can really get lost in it. And that's kind of the absolute basics of a video, but of course we are just scratching the surface here. Cinematography, storyboarding, lighting, post-production, graphics, and titles.
This was supposed to be basic and it's still too complicated for me. I'm trying to do two things right now. Get the stream overlay, get a stream overlay for the stream, and I'm trying to get the notes on a shared thing so we can look at them together.
Okay.
So let's do stream overlays. Oh, here we
Hello,
go.
my YouTube friends.
This guy again.
If you want to live stream, but you don't know how to create an epic overlay. Are you too lazy to
I don't
learn
want an
to
epic
make
one. I just
one
want one.
with free tools? Are you so broke that you can't even buy food? Then this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you how to get free overlays for your live stream. And these aren't just basic overlays. They have multiple screens, custom alerts, and more. They can be used for all types of streams. Plus, they're easy to set up and use. We have a lot to get to today, so you know what? Let's get to it. We're going to be using Stream Elements for our free overlays. And no, this isn't a sponsored video. I just think Stream Elements offers a great service. These overlays are free, easy to set up, and really pretty good. It's the perfect thing to share with a new streamer to help you get started really quickly. So let's dive right in and take a look at the different overlays and how to use them with your streams in OBS. All right, so we start out right here on this page, and we're just going to select YouTube, and it's going to ask us to go ahead and select our account. You may have to go through a little more. I already had an account, so I don't have to worry about it. But the next thing that we're going to do is it's going to bring us in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Overlays Gallery. And here we have lots and lots of different completely free overlays that we can use.
Oh, very nice.
Which is just awesome. It really is. So all we have to do is kind of go through here and decide what sort of stream we want to create. And you can actually have different overlays for different games if that's what you want.
Okay, I hope this isn't just for games.
Styles and everything else. So there's so much in here that you can play around with. And they have holidays and Halloween and that sort of stuff. Really, really cool stuff. You can also do alerts and widgets and that sort of stuff. But we're going to go in, we're going to select themes. And we're just going to go down here, and I like to play kind of medieval RPG type stuff. So let's see if we find something that's going to fit in RGP thing. And I think this Doomhammer one.
Wait, so would I have to feed from OBS into this, into YouTube?
Working with. So I think this is going to work out just perfectly. I like it. I like it. So all you have to do is select the create my overlay, and it's going to create all of these little links. So it's super easy to do. What we're going to do is pop right over here into OBS, and I'm going to go to profiles, and I'm going to create a new profile, and we'll just call this game stream, and we don't need the auto configuration.
This is all so harder than I thought.
And then we're going to go to our scene collection, and we are going to create a new one, and we'll call this game and widgets and that sort of stuff. And we're going to go in, we're going to select themes. We're just going to go down here, and I like to play kind of medieval RPG type stuff. So let's see if we find something that's going to fit in RGP thing. And I think this Doomhammer one, we'll just select it. It kind of shows you what you're working with. So I think this is going to work out just perfectly. I like it. I like it. And how to use them with your streams in OBS. All right, so we start out right here on this page, and we're just going to select YouTube, and it's going to ask us to go ahead and select our account. You may have to go through a little more. I already had an account, so I don't have to worry about it. But the next thing that we're going to do is it's going to bring us in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Overlays Gallery. And here we have lots and lots of different completely free overlays that we can use, which is just awesome. It really is. So all we have to do is kind of go through here and decide what sort of stream we want to create. And you can actually have different overlays for different games if that's what you wanted to do. There are different styles and everything else. So there's so much in here that you can play around with. And they have holidays and Halloween and that sort of stuff. Really, really cool stuff. You can also do alerts and widgets and that sort of stuff. But we're going to go in, we're going to select themes. We're just going to go down here, and I like to play kind of medieval RPG type stuff. So let's see if we find something that's going to fit in RGP thing. And I think this Doomhammer one, we'll just select it.
Did
Kind
someone
of
just
shows
join?
you what you're working with. So I think this is going to
I'm
be
not sure I heard that. I don't know what it was.
I like it. I like it. So all you have to do is select the create my overlay, and it's going to create all of these little links. So it's
Oh,
super
it's Benny
easy to do.
Benegas.
What we're going to do is pop
Hello.
right over here
Hello, Benny.
to OBS, and I'm going to go to profiles, and I'm going to create a new profile, and we'll just call this game stream. And we don't need the auto configuration wizard for this. And then we're going to go to our scene collection, and we are going to create a new one, and we'll call this game stream. Let's reset the UI here so it's more typical of what you guys are looking for. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to scene, and we're just going to rename this. I'm going to call this one game, and we'll click the plus here, and we're going to go to browser, and we'll call this game source. Click OK, and we're going to set it up so it is 1920 by 1080, which is the size of our screen. Now, my main scene isn't going to have any audio or anything like that, so we're not going to control the audio. And all we have to do is go over into here and select our main scene. So we've got game right here, talk, start, be right back, and end. So we're just going to take our game scene, and we're going to go
Bye,
into
Benny.
OBS, and we're going to paste that in here. And boom. That sets up our game scene, which would be here in the back, and our camera right here. What I'm going to do for this particular thing is I'm going to create a camera scene. So we're just going to call this ns-camera. And what I'm going to do then is go ahead and add a camera in here. So we're going to go to video capture device. Call this cam. Definitely want to name your stuff so you can find it later. Got the right camera there. Go ahead and move down here to use custom audio device. So
Okay, we're skipping this because it's not really what I thought it was. We're going to this one. It's going to be the same tab. I don't have to use it. We're going to listen to this Asian feller.
This is the same guy we listened to a minute ago?
I show you how to
No.
use OBS Virtual Camera. If you're new to
He's
the channel,
actually
please go down
white.
below and
Yeah, I don't know why I thought he was Asian.
Once you've done that, please go down below and leave a like, and let's get right into this guide. Here we are in OBS, and let's get right into this guide. So first, I want to quickly explain what the OBS Virtual Camera is. So what the OBS Virtual Camera is basically creating a camera input on your computer. So when you go and set it up and it's activated, what it's going to act as is basically a webcam input. So you can go and, for example, use your screen as an input as your webcam, but you can customize it loads, and I'll show you exactly how to use it and what it's going to look like. So firstly, I want to go and add some more things to this. So I want to add some more sources essentially to go create a really cool OBS Virtual Camera to then go and use. So firstly, I want to go and create a scene specifically for the OBS Virtual Camera. Let's go and press the plus button and go and name this Virtual Camera, just like so, and then hit OK. And now we can add some sources. So now let's go and click on the plus button in sources and go and add some. So let's start with adding my display. So I'll press OK there. And then you can go and choose which display you want. I want this one here. Then next, I want to go and add my webcam. So once again, I'll click on the plus you want. It does not make anything else into this video. And then it's going to go and be displayed. Now, as you can see, it is all flip round. So if you don't want that to be a thing. So to go and flip the video in OBS, all you need to do is hover over one of these red squares, hold shift, and then you can drag it all out.
Oh, that's not what I want either. I thought this was going to be an easy thing to do. It's always like this. Okay. We only got a little bit more time here. I got to go at 5:30 my time. So soon.
Okay.
So the one thing I want to really think about is we need to get a storyboard written out.
Yeah, I was working on this last night actually.
Okay, well, let's talk about it, but let's get a video up about this as well. But what were you working on, and can you put it in the shared folder?
I was watching videos about it. Is what I mean.
Okay.
Like,
Do you
I
have
was
one that you
learning
want to
about how
share with me then?
I don't have one queued up. I can look back through my history.
Well, I mean, if there wasn't one that you remembered enough that you wanted to share with me, then let's just find one.
Yeah, let's just find one. I'm down with that.
I don't know if we've heard from
A
this
few
guy
years
yet.
ago, I struggled to sell my films.
I think we did,
I
but that's
made
okay.
one change, and my career skyrocketed. I went from unknown to selling films to Netflix. In this video, I'm gonna show you what that change was and how you can use it too. And all you need is to tell a story. A well-written documentary script is the backbone of any great documentary film. And without a strong script, the story can feel disjointed, confusing, or even boring. A well-written script helps to ensure that the documentary has a clear message or theme and a narrative structure that engages the audience and keeps them interested in the story. It's crucial for creating a successful documentary because this allows you to create a story that speaks directly to the audience's interests and needs.
Yeah.
Understanding your audience also means understanding their values, beliefs, and attitudes, which can help you
This
create
is
a documentary
important.
that connects with your audience on a deeper level and has a greater impact in the end. One of the most important elements of a successful documentary is interesting and relatable characters. These can be real people, animals, or even objects. Characters should be compelling and must drive the story forward, making the audience invested in their journey. Conflict is also crucial. Every good story needs conflict, and documentaries are no exception. Conflict can come in many forms. Conflict should help to move the story forward. And then you have setting. The setting of the documentary is the environment where the documentary takes place. It can be a physical location such as a city or a remote wilderness location, or a broader societal or cultural context. The setting should be described in detail to get a sense of immersion for the audience.
First day of shooting in Madeira. Time to run up a mountain.
Then you have the narrative arc that takes the audience on a journey from the beginning to the end.
Packing day.
Love those days, right?
They suck. We're here to start shooting a YouTube channel.
This includes an introduction to the story, a build-up of tension and conflict, a climax, and a resolution.
Oh man, some parts are very steep. It's very high.
Documentaries that evoke emotions are often the most memorable. Now, maybe the most important part of developing a documentary, it comes down to research. You need to understand that research is what builds the foundation of your film. Thorough research ensures that the information presented in the film is accurate and factually correct, which is essential for building credibility with the audience. And then the perspective as well. Like researching your subject matter can help you develop a deeper understanding of your topic or issue at the heart of your documentary, which can help guide you in the direction of the film and make it more compelling. It also affects how you tell the story. This brings us to storytelling. Research can provide a wealth of information and inspiration for developing the narrative of your documentary. It can help you identify the key themes, events, characters that will drive the story forward. But then you also have access. By conducting thorough research, you may be able to secure access to places, people, or information that's critical to the success of your documentary. For example, researching a particular community or subculture can help you build relationships and gain trust of the potential interviewee.
That's what we did.
Then
Yes.
ethics is another thing that's important. Documentaries often deal with sensitive subjects or controversial subjects. Thorough research can help you navigate these issues and ensure that your film treats all parties involved with respect and sensitivity. If you want more on ethics, check out this video. So here are some of my best tips on how to conduct effective research when making a documentary. Start with secondary sources, books, articles, documentaries related on your subject matter. You can be provided by a solid foundation of knowledge by just looking into these resources. And then conduct interviews. Interviews are great to gather primary sources of information from people who have first-hand experiences in your subject matter. Prepare a list of questions ahead of time and ensure that you have a consent from the interviewee to use their footage and make sure it looks good, because otherwise you regret it, because you're going to want to use it in the end in the film, even if it's just research. Reach out to experts and research them if they're the right person for your film. Engage with the primary sources such as government documents, archives, and other sources of information related to your subject matter. These sources can provide you data and statistics to support your documentary. And then visit the locations related to your subject matter that can provide you with an understanding of the physical environment which the events took place or will take place. The story, you got to live it. This can help you tell a more compelling story and bring greater depth to your documentary. Organizing and analyzing your research is crucial before it's too late. Creating an effective story structure for your documentary is great to do early on. When you create the outline for your documentary, it should include an introduction to the story, a rising tension, and a conflict, and a climax and a resolution. This is the basics. It will help to ensure that your story is cohesive and well structured. But go beyond that. Think what you can do to make it unique. You need to rewrite until you find something that you feel is working. Because making this outline clear and gripping to the audience, it's what's going to sell your film. It's what's going to make people care about it. Your audience, funders, everybody. It comes down to how good is your idea, like how solid is it. Consider your audience as well, because it's important. Like, what will be the most interesting or compelling to them? How can you make your story accessible and engaging? It's crucial. So do you struggle to make your film? I know that feeling too well, but I got your back. In 6 weeks, I'll teach you the industry secrets that took me over 20 years to learn. And trust me, I'm not talking about how to make a mean cup of coffee on set. I'm talking about the real stuff. How to refine a story and pitch it to major platforms. Go to learndocumentary.com to learn how I can help you make a great film. But don't wait around, because this is only available to a select few around the world. Organize your thoughts and identify key themes and events that will drive the narrative for your film. Identify patterns, look for recurring themes in your research. These can help you identify the overarching message of your documentary and guide the development of your storyline. Group similar information together so that they can create segments or chapters within your documentary. This will help you to organize the material in a logical and coherent way.
Dude, I'm really not making the progress I want to be making.
People who will be featured in your documentary and develop their storylines. This may involve conducting further interviews or gathering additional information about the characters. But you need to find a way that they change in your documentary, because that's what storytelling is all about. And then look into the visual aids such as timelines, charts, graphs that help you analyze and organize your research. These can be very helpful for identifying patterns and developing a clear story structure. Consider your audience also. Keep your audience in mind as you organize and analyze your research. What will be the most interesting or compelling to them? how can you make your documentary accessible and engaging, and then like edit ruthlessly. Not everything you find will be relevant or interesting to your audience. Focus on the information that the characters that are most essential to telling your story effectively. So when it comes to crafting your story, you need to think about a couple of things. First, focus. A clear message or theme helps to focus your documentary and ensure that the story is understandable, from the storyline to the visuals. It needs to support the central ID. You should focus on that. This can make your documentary more coherent and effectively told to the audience. And then the audience engagement. A clear message or theme makes it easier for your audience to engage with your documentary and understand its purpose. This can help to create a deeper connection between you and the film or your audience. And then the impact is greater if you have a clear message or theme. A clear message or theme can also be essential for securing funding or sponsorships for your documentary. It can help to demonstrate the social, cultural, or environmental value of your work and make it more appealing to potential investors or donors. You need to think about what that is and how it resonates with the audience. You begin the script with an introduction, sets up the story, and introduces the main characters or issues. This should grab the audience attention and establish the tone for the rest of the film. The most memorable, most epic thing you can think about to capture the story and the essentials of it. The main conflict, basically. All stories base something around a desire to change something or to reach a goal. And then there's a lot of problems on the way. That brings us to the narrative arc. You need to think about how you can build tension and conflict and to create a climax and provide a resolution in the end. And you do that by keeping the goal in mind. Like, what are you trying to achieve? And then you put stuff to hinder that so it becomes dramatic. And that's how you essentially tell a story. You have a goal, you go out and you try to achieve it. There's a lot of problems on the way that you gotta overcome. Once you reach that goal, you change forever as a character. And then, you know, there's a change in how they behave. And then you come to an enlightenment as the audience experiences this and the character as well. In The Pearl of Africa, which is a film that I sold to Netflix, I told the story of Cleopatra Kambugu, a transgender woman in Uganda.
Oh,
It
good Lord.
explored her journey as she fights for
That
her
does
right
not
to
sound fun.
acceptance in a society that's hostile towards people who are different. And the film, it didn't start this way, but it ended up being a clear narrative arc. But it was really built around, like, how can we do that by simplifying the story? We're going all over the place, filming many times, as most people do when they make a documentary. But in the end, like, we came in, we looked at the story, what we have, all the scenes we had, and then we decided to simplify it into one journey, one story of going with Cleo on this one big journey throughout the film. That was not how it happened in real life. You need to simplify it so that it becomes easier for the audience to be engaged in the story. Essentially, that's what storytelling is, trying to simplify real life. So here are some key takeaways to write the perfect script for a documentary. Start with the introduction that grabs the audience attention and sets the tone of your film. Provide background information on the subject matter to contextualize your story. Introduce your characters and provide their background information through interviews with them or relevant sources, or to just see them in the real life. Develop a narrative arc that builds tension, conflict, and climax, while it keeps the core message or theme in mind. Edit and refine your script to ensure clarity in narrative flow. You need to seek out different perspectives when getting feedback, including experts and those unfamiliar with the subject matter. Be open to criticism. Evaluate the feedback and test changes to see if they're effective. But stay true to your story. You need to be flexible and open to change when necessary, but trust your instincts as a filmmaker to make the right decisions. Writing a script is not an easy task, but with time, patience, and practice, anyone can learn how to do it. On learndocumentary.com, I help people fix their story that doesn't work. Whether you're a beginner or not in selling films to networks, I can help you. If you have a passion for storytelling and have been inspired by documentaries, then I encourage you to start writing your own scripts and sharing your work with the world. Whether you want to explore social issues or highlight human stories or promote change, documentaries
As a
are
turbo
a
lib.
powerful medium to tell stories that matter. So just start, just write and see where it takes you.
To
But if you
do
need more help, check
European.
out this video that is about script writing as well, if you're not ready to get going just yet.
Okay.
It
I
sounds
figured
like. What did you figure out?
No, you go ahead.
It sounds like we need to take some time and sit down and develop a super clear message that
Yes.
we want based off
Yes.
of what we've seen and talked about, and some type of rough script.
Yes,
this is
I'm
kind
with
of
you
the
100%.
conclusion I
Yes,
came to yesterday.
Yeah, and I literally wrote that down on my to-do list that I was making. I got to make more of the to-do list and then put it on the internet, but I'm going to do that later. I've got to go get ice cream now.
Go get ice cream, homie.
Yeah. All right. So like we need to stream or at least be talking on the computer for hours, in which case we'll be streaming every day for the next like 11 days. Okay.
Every day for the next 11 days.
Some of those days we'll be together.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's the 13th. It's only 9 days, isn't it?
Yeah. It's only 9 days.
God.
It's very soon.
Oh my God, dude.
We got this, dude. It's going to be sick.
All right. I got to go. I'll talk to you later.
Enjoy your ice cream, homie.